Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the sound check. Boy, do we have some interesting stories today. Hopefully, I'm coming through 5 by 5 and saying hail to those of you who've made it to the 2-minute warning. We've got Storyman Jack, Accidental Tourist, Cat Sith, Parrot Head, and of course, Flipped Out, who is one of the fantastic leaders in the Fandom Collective, who is actually promoted in today's description, along with Storyman Jack's new story. We also have a new story surrounding Leslie Headland over at Midnight's Edge in the morning, right after the show. But it's good to see everybody. Good morning to Judicon, Just Another Red Shirt, Hail Mr. Shirt, and Rob Altus, Zach7. Vanilla Gorilla, also known as Kritizable the Crazed, Ironcaster, and our friend Roger H. 1 minute, guys. 1 minute. Hail there, Keck44. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or good night, wherever you are and whenever you are watching. Thank you for checking out the 6-Minute Daily. Looks like I have managed to successfully start the stream without boomering it. Doesn't mean that we won't boomer it along the way, but hey, once per week, at least, I have to screw things up. Regardless, we've had a really great several days, lots of incredible streams, lots of incredible news. In fact, today, I have a story that just broke just a couple of hours ago. Maybe you've seen it. Maybe you haven't. Hopefully they cover it over on Midnight's Edge in the morning after they're done covering the Star Wars adventure with Leslie Headland. So with that being said, and without any further ado, here we go. Harrison Ford injures his shoulder rehearsing Indiana Jones fight scene. That's right, Indiana Jones 5 fight scene. Production's going to shoot around his recovery. This is what happens when you get an 80-year-old dude. Okay, he's not quite 80. When you get somebody his age doing what he's doing without, stepping up to the plate in advance. I imagine he's going to be set as far as pain management goes, since based on stories, he is fairly lit all the time. But beyond all of those things, this comes from the camp of I told you so. And it's one more peg in what I consider a doomed production of a film that is not going to appeal to the previous audience. It's gonna be a problem. And there's another reason, and it's out there in video form as well, as to why nobody's interested in having a new Jaws. In fact, Steven Spielberg told them to go pound sand. Anyway, let's keep going. We got more stories to go with as more people drop into the show. Next on the docket is F9, looking to shift the summer domestic box office to a higher gear. It's a weekend preview. here we go, guys. They have been really trying to isolate this movie from an American audience. Its performance overseas has been incredible. Internationally, over $300 million in box office receipts. So it's done pretty well. They're projecting a $60 to $70 million push for this show. I think 60 is probably reasonable. Yesterday, I felt it might be higher. We'll see what the weekend brings. But hey, this is going to be a predictor for what we should expect out of Black Widow 2 weeks later. So just keep an eye on this film and where the BO goes. AT&T Warner Media sell-off Playdemic mobile game studio to Electronic Arts for $1.4 billion. As far as I know, they only had one good game, Golf Clash, and I guess that's worth a lot of money. So they're getting rid of that. You've got Netflix, Disney, plus Amazon facing tightening regulation in the UK because they want to control the narrative in the UK here. I was hoping that this would be the thing that they had originally announced, where that we would start to see some streaming numbers out of some of these shows so that we could have some predictors here in the States and around the world to show which shows are truly popular or not based on actual figures. But that's not their ultimate goal here. Their ultimate goal here is for control. Yeah, they want to control the content in the UK and make it fit within their little tiny boxes of approved culture and approved diversity and approved inclusivity and many other things like that. So, unfortunately, this wasn't going the direction that we had hoped. We have Jamel Hill and Spotify inking a deal to launch a podcast centered on people of color, well, particularly black women. And of course, this comes from a person who essentially said some of the most R-rated things in the entire universe and has been caught in 4K, essentially exhibiting bad behavior, including inciting forms of violence and supporting violence. She's not a good person. So it surprises me that Spotify is inking this deal, but maybe they're hoping this will make the Joe Rogan snafu go away. Well, Joe Rogan's still over there making content and bringing in people that he seemed to upset a lot of humans. Guess what? So is Tim Pool. And Tim Pool is doing an excellent job recently of promoting people who are trying to continue to bring attention to what's going on around us so that we can bond together and fight it. In fact, that's what democracy and representative republics are all about, getting together and fixing things. Of course, I would encourage you, as did Tim's guest yesterday, to purchase the book, The Fourth Turning. That might get me in trouble. Twitter has opened up applications for super follows, subscriptions, and ticketed spaces, promising a generous revenue split. Okay, we'll enjoy your revenue split by creating content over there. You know what you can do? You can create content almost anywhere else and do far better. This, again, is opening the doorway to paid Twitter. And I just don't see it being anything anybody's going to want. Twitter's trying to generate revenue because they're in trouble. You've not heard it, but they don't make any money, and most of these entertainment companies are now struggling with films and television series underperforming, and their stock prices artificially higher than they should be. Seventh Transformers film gets a beastly title, and I don't care. Dogecoin has plunged 75% since Musk's appearance on SNL. Of course, we talked about Leslie Headland's Star Wars on Midnight's Edge and Storyman Jack's new story, so be sure to check out all of those things. Thank you so very much for being here live on the 6 Minute Daily. Be sure to take care of yourself, take care of others, wash your hands, of course, because it's good hygiene. It truly is. And until next time, bye. Thanks for visiting today. Be sure you're subscribed and hit that for alerts.
Yay!
Of course, like and share all of the videos that you can, as it helps with the algorithm. Have a great day.